All right, guys, we're going to look at doing the Americana here. So I'm in side control on my opponent. I have my knee next to his hip. My other knee is next to his shoulder. I have his head and his shoulder under control in a gable grip. Now, sometimes my opponent tries to take this arm and bring it across my face to try to help himself. So the first thing I do is take my headbutt his arm to the ground, release his head, and then collect his wrist with my hand and put my elbow right next to his ear to lock his arm into place. My arm that was under his shoulder grabs at my wrist, making the same grip on my own wrist. Now all I need to do to finish the Americana is continue to push his wrist to the floor as I pull his elbow down to his hip, providing a gentle lift, and he taps to the shoulder line. His arm comes across, pin it to the floor, reach over his head, collect his wrist, put my elbow next to his ear, grab my own wrist, and then pull his elbow to his hip with a little lift. Last time. All right, guys, we're going to do the straight arm lock when my opponent defends against the Americana. So in side control position, he brings his arm across my head, I pin it to the floor, I grab his wrist, put my elbow next to his ear, grab my own wrist, and I'm ready to do the Americana, and my opponent forces his way out and straightens his arm. So when he straightens his arm here, I'm just going to turn his wrist slightly so that his thumb is facing up, and my bottom arm slides out just so I can get it below his elbow joint. My hand that's on his wrist continues to push down as my arm that is under his elbow slowly lifts up, causing the arm lock. So we start in side control position. His arm moves across. I trap his arm to the mat, release his head, grab his wrist, lock him into place for the Americana, and he forces his way out. Turn his wrist so his thumb is up, position my bottom arm into place below his joint, keep pushing his wrist into the mat as I slowly lift up and get the arm lock. Last time.